Doop 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 doop. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crimson Jockey channel. And in today's video, we're basically going to be talking about the Paper Mario huge bombshell that just kind of came out today, May 14th. Before we do, I want to talk about basically the gist behind this. So, yes, Paper Mario, a new Paper Mario game is super important, super cool, super big, but what exactly does it mean? So, I want to talk about that first, and then we'll get into the Paper Mario content itself. So essentially, because of this whole pandemic that we're all still in the middle of living, Nintendo doesn't feel like that they can basically broadcast Nintendo Directs. Obviously, no place or no company is or should be hosting live press conference like events similar to E3. That's why E3 was canceled, why Evo went online, because of this whole pandemic thing. And so a bunch of other companies are basically doing the same thing. So a lot of people have actually been speculating that even though, because of this whole pandemic, Nintendo obviously can still remote play with their video editors. Essentially, I mean, like even YouTubers do this. I do this whenever I collaborate with other people. Essentially, what we do is we just make some type of a hub space, whether it be Discord or Google Drive, and we basically import our audio files, our video files, the assets of our video, anything we're using for our video. We dump it all in those locations, and then whoever is actually doing the editing compiles that all together, and then boom, makes the video. So for example, if I were to collab with someone else, and the video is going on my channel, and say for example, for whatever reason, I couldn't record, or they wanted to record something specifically on their end, they would record it, and then they would send it to me, and then I would edit it. I've actually done this a good number of times with my friend Dean. I've done a couple skits with him on his channel. Infamously, the Mogcast one, which I actually went back last week and watched, which was super cool. Dean's got a lot of great videos, basically recapping some of the older Final Fantasy games. He's kind of in a tough spot right now, but despite that, go check out his older videos. Even a lot of his newer ones too. They're really great. He put a lot of heart and just a lot of passion into his videos, and he deserves praise for that. But anyway, so it's possible. The point I'm trying to make is that video editing at home, even amongst a team, is very much possible. It's very much doable. So a lot of people were basically just assuming that Nintendo can do the same thing with Nintendo Directs, and I mean, rather than making it a live presentation, which you can still do, you can still basically stream a video or a pre-recorded video. Rather than doing that, they could have just uploaded it or pre-uploaded, schedule it onto YouTube or other locations. They did that with the Joker reveal, for example, or the 15-minute Joker showcase. That's what they did that for. But they didn't. They've actually gone out of their way, and they have said, we're not doing a direct. They confirmed no direct for June, which is typically when we would normally get one due to E3. They confirmed we're not doing a direct in June. And since they went ahead and let the cat out of the bag with Paper Mario, it seems like they aren't doing a direct at all. They're not doing one here in May. They're not doing one in June, July. They're just kind of laying low, and they're going to be uploading their stuff through social media, which is what they've said they're planning on doing. So that means any type of announcement regarding future Paper Mario stuff, regarding the Smash Bros. DLC, the Pokemon DLC, even though Creatures / the Pokemon Company usually have their own broadcast, but regardless, all of this information that a lot of people have been begging Nintendo for since the beginning of the year is going to be coming at us through social media, tweets, through posts, through basically 2-minute trailers like Paper Mario here, for example. So this is just what to expect for basically the rest of 2020, at least up until the end of the fall, given how severe this pandemic has been, from Nintendo and probably from other gaming corporations as well. So I expect Metroid Prime 4 to go the same way, Bayonetta 3 to go the same way, Smash DLC to go the same way. Yeah. It sucks, it does, but it's just the reality of the situation. So as far as that's concerned, I'll be keeping up with it as fast as I can, as easy as I can, because they're basically going to be posting stuff like this in spurts. It's going to be a lot harder to figure out exactly where the information is coming from. Like, for example, when this came out this morning, I was like, there's no way this is legit. Like, a Paper Mario game just revealed out of the nowhere. It's super weird, but it's just what we have to expect given this issue. So enough talking about that. Let's actually talk about Paper Mario. So first, let's watch the trailer. And I want to commentate over, I've already seen it, but I want to commentate over it and then kind of give my overall thoughts at the end. And then we're going to watch a little gameplay snippet. It's about 20 seconds long of the gameplay, and then 42 screenshots that Game Explain posted. So let's watch this. So we see a Peach-like figure ominously walking out of this throne room. How good to see you. Will you crease yourself and be reborn like me? No. Your actions matter. Persona 5. Wrong answer, right answer, it matters not. Your replies are all paper thin. Goodbye. The shy guy turns into that guy. An origami plot unfolds. So the castle is being taken over. Okay, so that's the Overworld segment. Looking a lot like Sticker Star and Color Splash. I guess Thousand Year Door as well. Overworld mechanics, it looks like as well. Oh, that kind of look like we have buddies. There's the battle system. Available July 17th, so 2 months from now, essentially. That's really cool. That's really cool. All right, so my... oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about this. Yeah, the little Metroid hat. Huh, there's something you don't see every day. He certainly looks intimidating. Is he battling something? That's so cute. That was so... And Mario's just going with it. Look at that. So I actually interpret that to mean we're going to see Metroid Prime 4 news soon, which is insane because I don't know anything about Metroid, but that's cool. And then we get Donkey Kong over here in the side. So a lot of nifty little references. It reminds me a lot of Mario and Luigi, the RPG games. I think the first one was like Superstar Saga, where they had the Super Cafe, I think it was called, and you could get Samus, you could get, I believe, Fox McCloud, you could get Professor Egad to basically come and have coffee with you. So this kind of reminds me of that. It's obviously not nearly as specific, but this reminds me of that. Okay, so essentially what this kind of looks like, I love this here at the beginning. I love how ominous it is. I love how, like, listen to the music, or like the background sound. Like the wind, the ominous wind. The creaking of the door. And then, like, the little typing, it's like strings of a Chinese instrument. Because origami, you know. And then, yeah, the ominous wind effect. I love this, and I love how it's decision-based, too. Obviously, the whole game won't be decision-based, but this little section I like. And Peach's response kind of seems like it doesn't matter if you press yes or no. Right answer, wrong answer, right answer, it matters not. Your replies are all paper thin. So I don't really think it matters if you say yes or no. you're still gonna get thrown down the pit here. It would be cool if you actually turned into Origami Paper Mario or just Origami Mario, if you would have said yes. Kind of similar to how a lot of decision-based RPG games nowadays have like bad endings. You have like true endings, good endings, and then bad endings. And like the true ending is like typically what happens if you 100% the game. And then you have the good endings, which is you complete it, you do the right thing, but you don't 100% it. And then the bad ending is, of course, if you fail, if you lose, if you join the dark side. Essentially, Persona 5 is a great example of this. There is a true ending in Persona 5, but there's also like a true final ending. The only difference is in the true final ending, you max all your confidants, whereas in the true ending, you just basically continue through. And then the bad ending is, of course, obviously, if the traitor kills you. Just an example of a decision-based game where your decisions actually matter. Walking Dead, all the Telltale games basically function like that as well. And it's so sad because like it's such a cool concept, you know, having one story that has multiple different endings, because you can't do that in movies, you can't do that in books. So it's just really interesting that like video games is almost like the defined way to do that. And obviously, I don't think they're doing that for Origami King. But this is cool. So at first, when I first watched the trailer, I was like, okay, this is like a Peach clone. This is like a little minion that I suppose the Origami King is the antagonist. In that like his son, the prince, is actually on our team. But I assumed, I was like, okay, this is just a Peach version that the Origami King has made up. But actually, I think it is Peach herself. I think Peach has been captured and turned into an origami. Wow, an origami creation here by the Origami King. But I thought that this was really cool because if we basically apply a chronological timeline to this, so we can say that this happens like nearly at the beginning of the game. Okay, you get word that Peach is in trouble, you go to the castle, and then this happens, and then she throws you in the dungeon. And then we watch here. Let's actually set it to 50 speed. No, it's not quality. Where is it? Playback speed. Half. Okay. That's even more freaky because the string sounds are so... whatchamacallit, they're slower now, so it's more ominous. Alright, so... Okay, so yeah, we see here... Okay, so you've been thrown in the dungeon. Okay, you're here with Bowser's minions. The Koopa Link, or the Koopa, Green Shell Koopa, Hammer Bro, and then we have the Shy Guy Origami minions, which are coming in and probably going to finish you off. I suppose that these are just villains that the Origami King has turned against Bowser, similar to in Super Paper Mario, Count Bleck turned Bowser's minions against him. So I kind of think, and I mean, like it looks like that's been done with Peach. So I kind of think it's just the same scenario here. Count Bleck swoops in, basically says, "You're useless, Bowser. I'm going to take over the world now." And then the Origami King is doing the same thing. So we have Origami Shy Guys. And then we have Bowser here, who actually has been captured, and he's been folded up, and he's just being held by, one of those clips that you'll like put on a potato chip bag. Anyways, and then it looks like the Koopa. Looks like the Koopa is being carried away by the Shy Guys. And then we have this yellow floating Shy Guy here, which actually turns into, I suspect, the Origami King. He's got this little emo thing going on here. And then his crown. So he doesn't... I mean, like, they're paper. So you can only really, like, show to your audience king, prince. Because, like, when people think of a king, they typically think of, like, this older gentleman, maybe with a full beard. With a prince, it's usually this younger gentleman, maybe, like, early to mid-20s, golden hair. You know, and this is kind of what's going on here. So... it kind of makes me think, instead of like this being a king, of like full beard, this guy and the guy that Mario is with, for example, in the after part of the trailer. I don't want to call it after credits, but this guy, maybe they're siblings. Actually, this might be a female because kind of looks like we have hair coming out the sides here. So maybe they're brother and sister, and the brother has just turned evil. That might be what's going on. And then the brother is basically proclaiming himself as king, rather than, you know, say this is a female. Rather than it being this girl's dad, it's actually her brother, which has turned evil and wants to take over. So we have the Origami King here, which he's glowing. And when he does, all of these ribbons, essentially, it doesn't, I mean, I guess it's paper, but it looks more like streamers, like paper, you know, come and basically submerge the castle. So this doesn't look like a good thing because Mario, Bowser, and the I'm gonna call it the sister, and the sister are running away, trying to escape, dodging the streamers, and then jumping down with the shy guy to save them. And then they fly away before explosion is how it would happen if this was a movie. You know that's how it would happen. In the very beginning of the movie, all hell breaks loose, the HQ gets taken over, and then the few main characters escape, and then with the whole HQ blowing up behind them. That's basically how this would happen if it were like some type of a movie. Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious, something like that. So here we have Overworld Elements. Looks beautiful. The Overworld Elements in this game look amazing. Nothing short of amazing. But this begs the question, is this Overworld like Super Paper Mario, or is this Overworld like Thousand Year Door, Sticker Star, etc.? I'm going to go and say that it's more like Thousand Year Door and Sticker Star, with the fact of like you move in the Overworld, but when you hit an enemy or when you touch an enemy, you basically go into battle mode. Basically how Final Fantasy works. You live in the Overworld, and then when you touch an enemy, you enact in turn-based battle. This is true up until Final Fantasy 15. From 1 to 15, basically all the games work this way. Some of them differed, but essentially that's it. Like, for example, Final Fantasy 13 and I believe 10 and 10-2, whenever you encounter an enemy, that real-life area that you were in gets blocked off. Like, a certain part of it gets blocked off. Instead of you actually going to a separate location to battle, which we'll see is going to happen here in the Origami King, just there's a perimeter that's set up where you can't leave until the battle is finished. So whereas newer Final Fantasy games like 15 and the 7 remake are just real-time action RPGs, like Kingdom Hearts, for example. So this is a papier-mâché Goomba, which is really cool. And then we have the sister who seems to have been hiding, or maybe was put there. And then here we have me. Well, I'm Bob-omb. So we have Bob-omb here, looking all smug-like. So essentially, this may be a partner system, because if you see, we have Bob-omb. I'm just going to say Bob-omb, because that's what they're always called. We have Bob-omb with you, and then later we see another ally with you. The Bowser goes around with you, but I doubt he's actually used. I believe there was another. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, Bob-omb still seems to be with you. Okay, so maybe it's not a partner system. Maybe you don't have like the Pixies in Super Paper Mario or the partners in Thousand Year Door. Maybe it's just you and the Origami Princess, we'll say. But the overworld area here looks beautiful. It really does. Of course, it's all paper, and so you can only make paper look, you know, as aesthetically, digitally pleasing as possible. But they did a really, really good job here. And here we have Mario as the next DLC fighter for ARMS. He was put in ARMS before he was put in Smash. So this looks really cool. These are areas here that make me think that the game is a lot like Final Fantasy with, like, look, this is an overworld. This isn't a town. This is the overworld. So, like, for example, this right here, this tower might be a town. So you go there and then town. So basically just Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 7, 8 might work that way. I don't know. But that's basically what I'm seeing this work as. You have a lot of overworld gameplay aspects. That's basically what a lot of this seems to be like. And then if you get hit in the overworld, of course, you will take the damage when you move into turn-based battles. So we have Mario running away here from this giant wheel. We have that right there. That doesn't really matter. Cheap, cheap. Okay, and then this is the battle system, which we'll get into in a minute. And then you see here, like we're moving, this is the overworld section. And then here we're in a specific like town area. That's where Bowser was hidden. And then here we're in this castle. Have to jump over the flamethrower. And then the battle system again. And then we have whatever this is. This looks cool. This reminds me of like late game RPG stuff. Like after you... Or maybe this is the beginning of the game. This might be the beginning of the game. Like Bowser might be trying to take over Princess Peach's castle and the Origami King swoops in as Bowser's trying to take it over and says, nah, I'm doing it. That might be what's actually happening here. Because let's see. Oh, no, this is probably late game because we have Koopa, Bowser Jr., Magic Koopa, Mario, and it looks like someone... Oh, no, that's the princess. Get hit by this huge origami plane. So, but like that's pretty cool because like imagine in FF7, you know, and like you get Sid on your team and you get his huge like helicopter or whatever. I mean, by the end of FF7, you have the huge hot air balloon. But like, you know, stuff like that is always post game in an RPG. So it's cool to see, you know, that they're showing off that like epic moment, and then they have this right here, which is presumably when you enter the castle of the Origami King. And then of course we have this cute little snippet here. But this looks fun. I am worried that it's basically Sticker Star. Out of the 5 or 4 Paper Mario games, out of the 5 Paper Mario games, I've only played 2 of them. So there's Paper Mario, then there's Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, then there's Super Paper Mario, then there's Sticker Star, and then there's Color Splash. I played Super Paper Mario countless times. I cannot tell you how many times I beat that game. Sticker Star I beat it once, and even as like an 11-year-old kid when I played it, I was like, this was unfulfilling. This seems like it's halfway done. I didn't feel attached to it. The story was just Koopalings. Because, you know, with the 3DS, Nintendo became like really obsessed with the Koopalings. Like in New Super Mario Bros. 2, in Paper Mario Sticker Star, they were in Smash Brothers, they were in Mario Kart 8. Like, just during the midlife cycle of the 3DS into the early Wii U, Nintendo was obsessed with the Koopalings. And so they were just everywhere. And I didn't like them in Sticker Star. They were even in the Mario and Luigi RPG game, Paper Jam. I think they were in Paper Jam, or the other one that came out. I didn't like Sticker Star, even as a kid who doesn't understand, you know, what a good video game makes. You know, I still liked it. Or no, excuse me, I didn't like it as a kid. But I heavily prefer Super Paper Mario. And so, again, I've never played Thousand Year Door or the original, so I don't know how exactly those work. But let's watch this like 20-second gameplay snippet here. Okay, so that seemed to be it. Yeah, I'll watch your video later, Arlo. So essentially, the turn-based battles seem to be around this huge circle. And it seems like at the beginning of your turn, you can rotate the circle. And then when you get enemies that are aligned, you can use one turn. It looks like here that you have one turn to attack them, essentially. So I imagine by the end of the late game, you're going to have multiple enemies around this wheel, to where it's going to make it harder to decide which enemies you want to stack up against others. Because of course, you know, you can only attack so many enemies so many times. Some enemies are immune to certain things. Basically just stuff like that. For example, I know in Sticker Star, at least, if you were to use the jump sticker against a piranha plant, then you know you're going to take damage, just like in the original Mario games, the side-scrolling ones. You jump on a plant, you get hurt. So, say for example, if this Goomba here that Mario is turning was a piranha plant. So, are you really going to want to put the piranha plant over there, or do you want to keep it over here and then attack these 3 Goombas by themselves? So, this seems to add like a sense of strategy as far as how you're going to approach your enemies, but I'm not sure why they would do this. Like, you can just have the enemies, like, in a Thousand Year Door, or, like, a regular turn-based game. Like, you don't need to connect the wheel. Just remove the wheel and play against 3 Goombas and a Piranha Plant. Now, that's just from my perspective looking at this. Again, it's in Japanese. I can't read it for anything, really. And it's obviously early game because only 500 HP. You're at like this little, you know, there's like stands here, so like people are watching you. So I assume it's like really early game, or maybe it's like before Peach gets taken over, or maybe it's like you know, afterwards, and the Toads here are like, we have to train you up, Mario. But regardless, it's weird because it looks like what they're trying to do is add a new sense of strategy to it, but I'm confused as to why they felt like they needed to do that. And then, of course, we have these little buttons down here which do different things. So this one seems to be like you either control Mario or you use an attack from Mario. This one looks like a Toad. So maybe this is like your partner here if you get partners. So like here you have a Toad. So maybe you like play as a Toad for a turn. Obviously, you get Babam later in your party, or he just tags along. If he's usable in battle, he'll probably take over this Toad spot. And then we have the sister princess girl here. So using her, you could probably use an attack with her. But let's see what the player does. They rotate the wheel, and then they get a 1.5 damage bonus because they got enemies of the same type or something all in a row. And then boom, damage bonus. So here we have two different types of attack. We have the boot or the hammer. I don't know if these are stickers or not, because in Sticker Star you needed to collect stickers and then you would use them in battle. These don't look like stickers. They just look like regular pasted effects, which would be great. They very well could be stickers, and if that's the case, then you collect stickers probably the same way in Sticker Star. You find them pasted in walls or open chests or stuff like that, except they don't seem to be anywhere. Like, throughout the trailer, we see a lot of landscape. Basically, probably over a good portion of the game, you see so many different lands and islands and stuff like that. I don't see any stickers just plastered along the walls here. So I don't think you collect stickers. If stickers are even in this game, I don't think you collect them the same way you do in Sticker Star. I hope it's not like Color Splash, where like in Color Splash you held the cards, you were basically like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! This just seems to be like regular effects, regular attacks that Mario has. Basically similar to what Thousand Year Door has, or the Mario and Luigi franchise has. The UI just looks different, truth be told. And then here we have the 4 Goombas. That's obviously what the Goombas are. And then you would probably, depending on the attack that you select, it'll probably, like, for example, say Piranha Plant's right here. Okay, say the second one in the row here is Piranha Plant, which we're going to say is the second to bottom one. Okay, so if that's Piranha Plant, maybe it's going to be hollowed out. Instead of being red, maybe it's going to be hollowed out, showing us, hey, this move is not effective against Piranha Plant. And then here we have a description of the move, just jumps on enemies. And then we have the boot sticker or the hammer sticker or whatever those kanji say. But yeah, so this looks fun. And then you confirm your attack, yeah. And then time it right is probably what it says. Boing, boom, boom, boom. So in truth, it looks more traditional. It looks more, in function, it looks more like Thousand Year Door. But aesthetically looking, it looks more like Color Splash and Sticker Star. So it's going to be weird because it's going to look like Color Splash and Sticker Star, but it's going to play like a Thousand Year Door. So obviously a bunch of people are probably going to have different opinions on that. And then we have these 42 New Paper Mario screenshots. If Game Explain talks over it, we won't bother with it. If they just showcase them, we can watch. Okay, yeah, so this is Overworld segment. Here we have these origami thwomps crushing Mario as he escapes this like forest area. Oh, here we go. You are invited to an origami festival in fabulous Toad Town. Date OOXX, or infinity sign, from Peach. So this seems to be the very beginning of the game. Luigi coming up with his little go-kart, delivering the paper to Mario, which is cool. So this may have been a trap. But for all we know is Peach was hosting this origami festival in the fabulous Toad Town. Prepare to be folded. So this is probably as you're escaping. After you've already been thrown in the dungeon and you're trying to escape, you get Bowser in your party and you get the little princess and you're being threatened. Prepare to be folded. I love that. I love that. So here we see an area that's been affected by the ribbon thing, and then we have this huge overworld. I still don't see any like stickers plastered against the walls, so that's probably good news. We have a mystery block over there, so you can obviously, if you like go through the mountain, you can pop up right there, hit the mystery block, probably get an item for battle, or like a 1-up or something. Maybe we should put aside our differences for a while. We're all paper. Let's watch each other's backs. So the Goombas seem to be fine with you on their team. Here we have this town, which is probably actually the town from Mario Odyssey, which is cool to see that obviously incorporated into Paper Mario. Here we have Mario, the princess, and Bob-omb, along with a Toad, shipping out into this area. So I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to go to the lands where the ribbon or the streamers is coming from. And if they cut it off from those locations, then you can enter the castle. That's probably what's going on. Because we saw here, this area here, so like they're following the ribbon away from the castle to find its source, to cut it off, and then for the ribbon to be removed around the castle. So that's probably the reason why they're coming up with why you're going to different areas, which is cool. And so here we have Mario and Magic Koopa, which seems to have a little character or something scrolled up on his back. I believe that could be Bowser. And then we have paper piranha plants. Doesn't look like origami. I mean, the spike balls do, but the piranha plants don't look origami. And then, of course, you have the mystery block in the middle. This looks really cool. This particular location reminds me of the forest from Sticker Star, though. So it's eh. And then here we have Honey Bee Inn. We have the Honey Bee Inn in Paper Mario. 10 out of 10, great Paper Mario game, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Shy Guy here, basically just dancing with Paper Mario, which looks cool. And then here we have all these, like, faceless toads dancing with Mario. God, I didn't need to see that. I'm going to have nightmares tonight. Holy crap. And then here we have Paper Mario and Magic Koopa getting eaten by, I assume, an origami chain chomp. We have a floating island in the background. That's pretty cool. And then here we have Mario and Bob-omb against, I forgot the name of this Mario character, but it's in Mario Tennis, and it's in a bunch of other Mario games too. The Kraken. It's also in Super Paper Mario, now that I recall correctly. But this looks like it's probably origami or paper mache. It doesn't look like it's obviously paper. So here we have this other place. This looks like a Toad Ninja Dojo. Toad Dojo. That's pretty cool. And then here we have this other place. Run away. Oh, yeah. So we have Origami Goombas and Origami Shy Guys. So this looks like the dojo, or at least part of the dojo. And they're getting chased out, which is cool. So if we're going chronologically, this is probably when they've escaped the dojo and they're relaxing on this paper bench in this very nice autumn-looking place. Here we have this, spa scene with Bowser Jr. How do I look? That's cool. Which was in the trailer. Oh, this is cool. So we have like Toad hieroglyphics. They actually look like humanoid. That's almost disturbing. It's not as disturbing as the faceless toads. And then we have basically Indiana Toad following Mario. Okay, so here it seems, this looks like Toad Town. Yeah, because we have the streamers going around the castle. But this particular spot here seems to be an area where Mario can basically turn his hands into origami and then like peel something. In the trailer, it looked like you needed Joy-Con motion controls to do that, but hopefully that's optional. Oh, yeah, this is the same section. It's actually the same shot, because there's the table, there's the umbrella. Yeah, it's the same shot, just in a different camera view. You're peeling that down. Yeah, see Joy-Con motion controls pull down. So, yeah, it's just the same shot. And then the shot from the trailer, shot from the trailer, shot from the trailer, trailer. It's eating it, trailer, I'm Bob-omb. Oh, I think the rest are just trailer shots. Oh, no, this isn't. What? No way. This would totally be the right way if it weren't for this. Who rigged it against me? So it looks like these rocks have appeared in the way to where we can't continue through. Bowser Jr. is really dirty there. Probably why you end up going to the spa. Overworld shot that was in the trailer. Overworld shot. Actually, no, this looks like the town specifically, the town from Mario Odyssey, except we have the Shy Guys here that shoot all the pellets. Overworld shot that was in the trailer. Dungeon shot from the trailer. Shot from trailer. Shot from trailer. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And then, yep, so that's basically it. So overall, the game looks good. It basically just boils down to the gameplay, and if it kind of actually does go, return to its original roots, to return to form, with how fans have been anticipating Paper Mario to be for basically over a decade now. Because we got Super Paper Mario like the middle of the 2000s. So, yeah, my personal game, or favorite game so far, is Super Paper Mario, but then again, I haven't played the original or Thousand Year Door, but I'm sure that those are pretty good games, so from what I've heard. But, yeah, so anyway, guys, let me know what you all think about about Paper Mario, the Origami King, and essentially how you think Nintendo is going to handle, posting games and updates like this, because this kind of seems to be how they plan on doing it for the next little while. There's also been a lot of rumors and speculation about basically every 3D Mario game getting remade. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, the two Galaxies. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but that's supposedly rumored. Prime 4 is supposedly getting rumored. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below, if you think that we'll see those things, if you think that they're just still myths. But regardless, this is Jake logging out. Peace.